instead of a country sitting down to figure out how we can create an employment, they are giving people something called kazi mtaani. One day I stopped at Westlands, someplace in Kinoa, and asked them, how much are you paid per day? They told me 500 per day. That is 15,000 Kenya shillings. And my question was, why has the government had to go such low to tax others, provide 500 for others, without thinking to create manufacturing in this country? Do you know what is a way forward, even to create employment for a country? The companies we have in this country, whether foreign or a company, they pay 37.7% corporate tax. You have taken a loan from a bank which is 25%. Tell me, how well will you run the company? So we have to come with a model whereby these companies, whether international or something, we reduce the corporate tax to create more employment, and we tell them, the more you employ the young people, the less taxes you pay to the government. Therefore, the government will not worry about employing people. We only worry to support the business community and business people to do the business and employ the young people in this country. We will set an African I would say platform for the companies to have their installation in this country if we reduce our corporate tax. That one is just one of the secrets that I can give to them. If they want to create employment for the young people, even before, instead of making noise around, let them reduce the corporate tax of the companies. Today we have more than 12 international companies and companies closing in Kenya because they cannot sustain the business environment. What are we taking? 12 companies closing up in Kenya. How many people are we making them go jobless? So many people. So the government of today, I want to tell them, we are not here to oppose you. We are here to oversight you. We are here to give you the ways to have the solutions. But because instead of listening to us and having the solution at hand, what you're doing and the reward you're doing is to arrest, abduct, and accuse people, arraign people in court in charges of terrorism charges. Which in this case, I'm not sure whether they understand what terrorism charges are.
Patrick Osoi, Hiram Kimathi and Jackson Kuria formed Fighting Brutality and Impunity, that is FBI movement. The main aim of this movement, as they said, was to investigate and to document police brutality that has been happening in Kenya ever since Reject the Finance Bill 2024 erupted in Kenya, that is last year. And also remember that 2025 we have also experienced another level of police brutality. Not forgetting that people like Albert Ojwang died, Boniface Kariuki and many others, including children, died this year. So the movement has caused a lot of public outcry and public attention from both the Kenyan citizens and the government. The movement caused a lot of public attention mostly because of the nature in which it was formed. From the videos and the pictures that were shared online mostly by the three members of this movement, they are seen dressed in military-like attires in a shooting range. And from the videos, they are also seen carrying guns and rifles, which are not clear whether it belonged to the three members of the movement or it belonged to the shooting range. Two members of the movement, led by Patrick Osoi, the founder, and Jackson Kuria, have been arrested by the DCI and arraigned at Kahawa law courts. They are, however, being detained to give the authority more time to do further investigations in the movement and the nature and also the mission and what the movement tries to achieve. But the big question, however, is who is Patrick Osoi? You see, contrary to what most people know, Patrick Osoi is not just an ex-KDF officer. Patrick Osoi started as an officer in the National Youth Service, that is NYS, before joining the KDF. Upon his retirement from the KDF, Patrick Osoi joined NIS, that is National Intelligence Service. And Patrick Osoi said that my time at the NIS is over, and his time to serve the world was not over. Patrick Osoi later joined the US military army for 3 years after which he retired and came back to Kenya.
If you received 1,000 from a politician, a president in this case, to elect them, if you divide that for 5 years, it's 200 bob per year. If you divide that per day, it's 50 cents. And these people are stealing billion. And the intelligence is they are stealing 2 billion every day. And this money stashed offshore accounts. So what I want to say that I understand every person had a constitutional right to elect the leaders they elected, or even to contest for the position they contested. But the biggest mistakes that we do as the people, as the voters, is to look at people, one, thinking that because a person is a philanthropist, is a good leader. When you look at a person from the point of because he gave me money, he's a good leader. What we have been doing for many years, and I want to tell you, is that we have been trading our rights, our birthrights, with the small money that we receive from this politician. And now they auction the country. Are we able to make noise for someone who paid you to be in their position? And I was asking some members somewhere and asking them, for you to run for Kenyan presidency, you require constitutionally you require like 2 billion. And my question is, do you think how prestigious is it to become a Kenyan president and I spend 2 billion to just become the Kenyan president? Yet the 2 billion at a rate of 15% can give me 300 million per year. If I spend 200,000 every day out of 2 billion, I'll spend for 27 years even if I never invested that money. So we have to be logic this time round to realize the monies that they are giving to us and fishing out to us are the monies that they have stolen from us. So be very fast to pick the money. After picking the money, tell them this money are the monies you stole from us, and therefore please, it is your time to go home.
You take the money there.
Take the money, please, because it is the money they have stolen from us, and let them go home. So let us not have money-minded mentality, and yet we want a change we want. Let me tell you, the predicament that is awaiting us if we are still the Kenyans that think William Ruto will give us money, because Dr. William Ruto has stolen good monies in trillions. So if it's about giving the money, there is going to wash people with the money, and because that is the only card they have, that the only secret they think they have, that they are going to give Kenyan money and go away with it and get into power, it is a lie. This time round, tuko macho. We are going to take those monies because they belong to us, and we are not going to vote any leader that has been there and who has not been advocating for the change that we want, for the leaders that have not been standing with the people to bring the good governance we want, for the leaders that have not stood with the people to bring the accountability and transparency that we want, for the leaders that are in parliament, instead of bringing effectiveness and efficiency in our government system, they are just there seated receiving allowances, wondering that why should you be given a sitting allowance for a job that you are monthly paid for. We have to change our country. We have to fix this country. And to tell the officers in this country, do not follow unlawful orders. If they want to sack you, let them sack you. If they want to terminate your job, let them terminate you. But it needs to be in record that once you've been terminated, we are taking notes. We are here taking notes to make sure that the officers that defiled unlawful orders, we reward them when we get into power. So they should not be worried. And I'm here and the confident I can tell them, I have worked inside the system. None of the peoples even running for presidents who have worked inside the system. The system means I've worked for the military intelligence, I've worked for the special forces of this country, I have worked for the National Intelligence Service of this country. I have worked and I understand the system inside. Them, including Dr. William Ruto, can only manipulate the system. So what I'm telling them, that there is no possibility that Dr. William Ruto or any other person, I've heard them saying that they are going to steal elections for Dr. William Ruto. I want to give them a warning and to sound them a warning. This election is not like any other election. They should not dare. And even the people in the commission that have been put in place, I want to tell them to be patriotic and to be faithful Kenyans. Because the elections of next year, that is 11th August 2026, those elections are not just elections, are elections that we, the people who have been in the system, have decided to take part because we have realized that these people will continue to loot this country, will continue to oppress the Kenyan people. And for me, I've been trained and was trained to protect the interests of the people, and that is my mission. We have no constitution in Kenya. No one follows the constitution in this country. No one follows the rule of the law in this country. The constitution we have is just a book that is there to protect the interests of the elite, and the most, in this case, the chief thieves and looters and people who have manipulated Kenyans for many years. So as a matter of fact, and what I would say, we do not have a constitution that protects the interests of the people. We are lied that the power is with the people. Under Article 1 of our Constitution, do you think even the people, the citizens of this country participate in the decision making of this country? Absolutely not. So we do not have a constitution. Therefore, what I think would be the best thing is that once we get into power as young people, we need to come with a constitution, a small constitution that we can follow, a constitution that we can all adhere to, not a book whereby they can find a loophole to impeach a sitting deputy president because of their personal interest.
And of course, I completed the interview with the same question. Why does Patrick Osoi wants to become the next president of Kenya?
Once again, I want to say my name is Patrick Osoi, the 6th. I have been in the limelight since last year, May. I came in the limelight once I retired from the US Army, and I said that I want to become the 6th president. I want to say this dream has not just started because there was wrangles last year or demonstration last year, but it's a call after realizing that the government system is here to use the people, is here to make sure that no one thrives in their business, no one gets their employment to be able to manipulate them. Therefore, I have decided to come out, not just to protect the people and the Kenyan people by the gun, but protect them in the best way to govern this country. This country does not have governance. They don't observe the rule of the law, and therefore we have come out to make sure that we bring the leadership that we want at hand. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you very much for listening to me. Let's, all the young people, remember, you must take your ID, and taking that ID is like having your gun standby. Just having that ID is not enough. You have to register as a voter, being on standby and having your bullet inside your gun. That is not enough. When the election is coming, and even the by-elections are coming, when we vote out the wrong government, is like pulling the trigger and assassinating the bad governance that we have, the lack of accountability that we have, the lack of effectiveness and efficiency that we have in this country. Thank you very much.
Me, I belong to Safina Party. To join Safina Party, star 509 hash on your phone.
You can say that again for
star
anyone.
509 hash. Follow the prompts, join Safina.
Wenye mmeona, the change of our country is dependent on civic education. 100%, mia kwa mia. It is dependent on how well the voters can make their decisions. Kwa hivyo mimi na wewe, if we don't go out there and teach the people that tribalism brings poverty and bad governance, if we don't go out there and teach the people how their public funds is used, if we don't go out there and teach them the effects of celebrating or even tolerating corruption, hawa watu hawezi elewa, and they'll make the same wrong choices, and your life and my life and their life.
I find that the more crooked you are in the Kenyan political arena, the quicker you succeed. I don't know why. They don't, and I say the electorate seem to want these tainted people. I don't know what's wrong with them. If they have a chance to choose somebody who's straight, who's on the surface of it looks reasonably straight, they're not interested. They want these ones that lie to them, these ones that cheat them, these ones that run. Provided he has bags of money to spread around, they're quite happy.
You see, I've sat with the opposition in about 5 meetings.
I may not agree so much with Jimmy Wanjigi politically, maybe we may not be on the same side. Okay. But I was happy that in every meeting, Jimmy Wanjigi kept asking the same question. He kept saying, what are we uniting for? He kept asking every single meeting until it became like a bother. But he was asking a very fundamental question. He said, yes, you're saying we should unite. Cross-political and cross-generation. Young people and old from different political parties. But our unity cannot be just to remove William Ruto. We have to offer a better future. So what are we uniting to do?
And that question, was it answered?
It was never answered because you cannot ask the problem to be the solution to the problem. How do you expect the problem to answer you on what the solution is to the problem?
And they are the problem.
So is it official that you're out of that?
Completely. I should not be counted there. Let them own their own mistakes. Whatever shall befall them is upon them. But for me, as a young person seeking better leadership, it will be a very great mistake to betray the blood of those who lost their lives on the street, whose brains were splattered after being shot by police, fighting for better governance, to just join in an opposition that is not offering a better future, that is not offering justice, that will not audit the debt because they are the source of the debt, that will not pursue corruption because they are corruption itself.
In relation to, do we have an idea whether you're talking to people? Who are these people?
When I'm having a lot of informal meetings, because I don't want to upstage the Presidential Exploratory Committee, let them finish and give my verdict. I gazetted them in the Kenya Gazette. I told the people of Kenya that I'm going to let these people run around, visit all the counties that are remaining with 16 that are about to finish. They'll give my verdict and I'll go by that verdict. If the verdict is that I don't run, I will not run. If the verdict is that I run, I will run, and I will also give me an agenda. Because one of the things that they are doing is that they should be able to collect the views of the people on the ground about what they would like to see done to improve their livelihoods.
Timelines. When do we expect?
Yeah, I think by October I'll be known when I'm running or I'm not running. Because they are remaining with the few counties I've said. Once they finish, they have to go back and do the data analysis and produce a report, maybe a month or two. But I've told them not to go beyond October. The earlier the better, but not beyond October. And then if I'm running, I'll hit the road going. And I will have a meeting with ideas. I want ideas.
Hapo juu niko na Jimmy Wanjigi, party leader of Safina Party. Alafu niko na Willis Otieno, deputy party leader wa Safina Party. Tena atakuwa running mate wa mheshimiwa Jimmy Wanjigi. Wakenya wanasema hawataki politicians. Wanasema wanataka managers. Managers ndio hawa. Managers ndio hawa. Patieni hawa nafasi waongoze Kenya. October 2025 this year. Jimmy Wanjigi, mheshimiwa Jimmy Wanjigi na mheshimiwa Willis Otieno, tena senior lawyer, wataanza kutembea Kenya mzima. Kenya mzima. Mwambieni Willis Otieno na Jimmy Wanjigi shida zenu. Na Jimmy Wanjigi tunamjua.
Youthman chukua kura.
Lazima.
Na usiogope kupiga kura. Juu after tumepiga kura tunazichunga mpaka ngware. Tunawasaidia kuzihesabu.
Mpaka rena ngware.
Hakuna wizi wa kura. Youthman chukua kura.
Wanatugeuza IEBC.
Na upige kura Youthman. Correction.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mengi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.
enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.